Daily Heavenly Manna, July 30th. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines. Canticles 2:15. Many deal slackly with themselves in respect to little violations of their consecration vow, saying, "What's the use of such carefulness, and so different a life from that of the world in general?" There is great use in it, for victories in little things prepare for greater things and make them possible. And on the contrary, surrender to the will of the flesh in the little things means sure defeat in the warfare as a whole. We who have become new creatures, reckonedly in Christ, know that we are to be tested, if our testings have not already commenced, and should realize that only as we practice self-denials in the little things of life and deaden the natural cravings of our flesh in respect to food, clothing, conduct, etc., will we become strong spiritually and be able to overcome. Reprint 2496.
Have you ever noticed how a tiny crack in the pavement, like if you ignore it,
Yeah.
it just gets bigger and bigger until, bam, someone trips?
Oh, absolutely. Happens all the time.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something similar, but made more profound. It's this idea from a source called Daily Heavenly Manna, July 30.
Right. An interesting source.
And it hinges on this really old verse, Canticles 2.15. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines.
Mm-hmm. The little foxes.
So our mission today is basically to unpack this, how dealing with these, little things, these tiny foxes, how that can be the actual key to winning big.
Or losing big.
Or losing big, yeah.
Yeah.
It could go either way. So let's unpack this. Why do these little foxes matter so much?
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is how the text right away tackles something we all do, kind of dismissing the small stuff.
Right. Like, does this tiny detail really matter?
Exactly. It asks that question, almost voicing our own skepticism. What's the use of such carefulness?
Yeah.
Being so different from how everyone else operates. It's so easy to wave off those little things, isn't it? But then, boom, the text just counters it directly. It says there is great use in paying attention.
Great use. So it's not trivial.
Not at all. It suggests these seemingly small things carry, a lot of weight. It's not just some generic self-help idea. It's about, the slow erosion that you don't notice until it's too late.
And it really leans into that duality, doesn't it? It says, victories in little things prepare for greater things. Makes them possible, even.
Mm-hmm. Builds momentum.
But then the flip side, and this is the warning, surrender, in the little things means sure defeat in the warfare as a whole.
Sure defeat. Strong words.
Very strong. Now, that phrase, the warfare as a whole,
Yeah.
it sounds quite spiritual. But how can we apply this if we're not, thinking strictly in those terms?
Yeah, that's a great point. While the language is spiritual, the principle itself, it's pretty universal, I think.
Yeah.
When it talks about the warfare as a whole, you could see that as, the overall struggle for success in whatever area matters to you. Your career, maybe health goals, relationships.
Your personal growth.
Exactly. And the text actually gives some practical advice. It talks about new creatures, which sounds specific, but you can think of it as anyone committed to, like a real change, a transformation, someone expecting challenges.
Right. Someone trying to level up, basically.
Kind of. And the path to getting strong, to being able to overcome these bigger battles, it's laid out through very specific, almost mundane daily actions.
Okay, so it's not about these huge dramatic gestures then. It's more the consistent small stuff. That fits the little foxes idea perfectly.
It does.
So what are these specific actions? What does the source actually say to do?
It boils down to self-discipline, really, in the tiny routine areas. The source says, practice self-denials in the little things of life.
Self-denials. Like what?
Well, it goes on. Mortify, which is a strong word, meaning like deaden or consciously suppress the natural cravings of our flesh in respect to food, clothing, conduct, etc.
So the everyday choices. Food, clothes, how we act.
Precisely. It's not about grand sacrifices initially. It's the quiet daily choices, like, maybe actually closing that social media tab instead of scrolling for another 10 minutes.
Guilty. Oh.
Or deciding to tackle that small, annoying task now instead of letting it loom. Saying no to the extra snack if you're trying to be healthier. Choosing patience when you feel irritated by something small. Those things.
I see. It's like building up a muscle, but for self-control through tiny reps.
That's a great way to put it. It is like muscle memory. It's not about these acts being important in isolation,
Right.
but about building that underlying strength, that resilience. You're basically training yourself against those little foxes that can, sneak in and mess up your bigger plans.
So if you let the small things slide consistently,
Hmm.
the little procrastinations, the small indulgences,
They add up, they compound. And slowly, maybe without you even noticing, they spoil your vines, your bigger goals, your peace of mind, whatever it is.
but if you tackle them.
You build the strength, the capacity for the bigger wins. It's foundational.
Okay. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? I mean, this dive into the daily heavenly manna really hits home, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's this powerful reminder that paying attention to the seemingly minor stuff, the little foxes in our habits, our conduct,
Mm-hmm.
it has this huge, often overlooked importance for, well, everything, our success, our well-being.
It definitely leaves you with something to think about. It raises a really important question for you, the listener, to consider. What are your own little foxes? Are there small habits, maybe tiny neglects in your day-to-day that you kind of ignore? Things that, if you're honest, might be quietly undermining your bigger goals or just your general sense of being on track. Maybe confronting those, like this source suggests, could actually unlock some unexpected progress for you, or at least stop some unseen problems before they get, well, too big to handle, something to chew on.